apart from a courtesy letter, very polite, a courtesy letter indicating that they'd received the cease and desist letter, I've had no further correspondence from them. However, I have confirmed from members of the group that they've been receiving regular communications from CN that they're intending to hold fast to this November 15th deadline. These are all human rights violations. That the requirement of a mandatory vaccine is not founded in federal or provincial law. What's really happening, in my view, is a type of bullying that's going on through the power of government over corporation. My view is it's not an accident that middle-class people are being impacted by vaccine mandates. Vaccine mandates do not impact low-income people. They do not impact street people. They do not impact the political class, the political elite, or the uber rich. The people that I'm talking to, the people who I'm representing, are all part of the middle class.
Well, talk about getting railroaded. Last month, Canadian National announced that CN's COVID-19 vaccine requirements will apply to all of its 25,000 employees in Canada and its wholly owned subsidiaries. In fact, this policy will extend beyond direct employees, as it will also affect CN's contractors, consultants, agents, and, well, just about anyone who accesses CN's Canadian properties. Requests for medical or religious exemptions will be considered on an individual basis, according to the company, but the deadline stands firm, namely November 15th. But as the clock continues to tick, several CN workers, well, they're fighting back. They have retained lawyer Leighton Grey of Grey, Wowk, Spencer LLP, and he recently fired off a threat letter to CN headquarters. And joining me now for an update on this file is Mr. Leighton Grey himself. So how are you doing, kind sir?
Well, I'm doing very well, thank you. I've had the pleasure of speaking to many Canadians who I describe as the best Canadians, who are all being impacted by these horrific, really mind-numbing vaccine mandates that are being imposed by governments and large corporations across Canada, especially the ones I'm dealing with in Western Canada.
Well, Leighton, I can tell you not a day goes by where we don't get dozens of pleas of help on our tips line. It is shocking what's happening right now in the potential economic death sentences of so many Canadians losing their job, potentially not qualifying for employment insurance. I think it's egregious. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of your arguments, Leighton, first question, have you received the response to your letter that you sent to CN?
Yes, it was addressed to the CEO of the company. Originally, the original deadline was the 15th of October. I'm not sure whether it was coincidental, but subsequent to the cease and desist letter being sent and received by them, the deadline was pushed back to the middle of November.
So sorry, folks. We can't continue to show you the rest of the interview on YouTube. If you can, please take the off-ramp from YouTube, go to Rumble, go to SuperU, go to Odyssey, and of course, go to rebelnews.com and see the rest of the interview uncensored. Folks, can you imagine what's happened to our once great Dominion? Mandatory vaccine passports, get the jabs or lose your jobs, and not even get employment insurance. We think that's wrong. We're fighting back in the court and amassing signatures on a petition. Please go to fightvaccinepassports.com. That's fightvaccinepassports.com. Sign the petition, and if you're in a position where you can give a contribution, please do so.